All right, guys, got another good one for you today. Just stay tuned in and sit back and enjoy the show. Let's get to it.
Justin Bieber of the 1930s, and he was completely evil. In 1933, a singer named Gary Skinner released his first album. It became an instant hit and turned him into one of the biggest stars in America. However, as his fame grew, something about him started to change. Then, on November 31st, 1937, Gary released a strange album called Names in the Dark. Every track on it was named after a different person. When fans heard it for the first time, they were disturbed by how dark the lyrics were. Some even called the police. After looking into it, authorities discovered that in Gary's hometown, dozens of people had vanished that same year. Furthermore, every missing person's name matched a song on the album. As a result, police decided to arrest him during one of his concerts. However, somehow Gary spotted them from the stage. He ran off, jumped into his car, and sped away. Consequently, a massive chase began. More than 100 police cars followed him across the countryside. After 3 hours, his car finally ran out of gas and rolled to a stop beside the road. However, when officers opened the door, Gary was gone. Only a brick rested on the gas pedal. Gary Skinner was...
Horrible news out of Houston, Texas, as a mother kills her 2 children and then herself at a Houston Marriott. So a 40-year-old mother and her children, aged 9 and 6, checked into a Marriott on the southwest side of Houston, Texas. Now, they hadn't been seen for several days, and hotel workers finally came into the room and found 3 dead bodies. A mother, age 40, her son, age 9, and her daughter, age 6. All had been shot. Now, police arrived to the hotel, and a preliminary investigation shows that she shot her son, shot her daughter, and then turned the pew-pew on herself. So this fucking piece of shit checked into a hotel room and then murdered her fucking children and then took herself out. Now, this has been happening quite a bit lately, both with men and women, where they take their entire families out. We saw that with 5 or 6 men, and we've seen that with 5 or 6 women just in the last couple of months here in the United States. But now, for unknown reasons, a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old were killed by the person that was supposed to caretake for them. So police in Houston are still working on this investigation. More information will be released shortly. But I'm serious when I say, what the fuck is happening with everybody? What kind of dumb motherfucking pieces of shit kills their own fucking family?
Facts you didn't know, part 76. In 2023, Hong Kong model and influencer Abby Choi went missing after leaving to pick up her daughter from school. She had previously divorced her ex-husband, but continued financially supporting his family, even providing them with a property. Police later said a dispute over that property and money became the suspected motive behind her murder. Days after she was reported missing, investigators discovered her dismembered remains inside a rented village house in Tai Po. Parts of her body were found hidden in a refrigerator, and other remains were recovered from cooking pots and throughout the property. Authorities arrested multiple members of her former in-laws, and the case shocked Hong Kong for its extreme brutality and scale. In 1944, 14-year-old George Stinney Jr. became the youngest person executed in the United States in the 20th century. Convicted of murdering 2 young girls after a trial that lasted only a few hours, he was sentenced to death by a jury that deliberated for about 10 minutes. 70 years later, a judge overturned his conviction, ruling that he had been denied a fair trial, raising the chilling possibility that a child may have been executed without justice. During the Black Death, fear spread so quickly that some towns sealed infected families inside their own homes. Doors were nailed shut or marked with a cross, leaving everyone inside, healthy or sick, with little chance of escape. In many cases, food was left outside, but if no one came to collect it, neighbors knew the plague had claimed the entire house.
Which one of them stories stuck out for you guys? The one that bothered me the most was that woman where they found the body parts in pots and pans and shit. A lot of fucking fucked up people out here.
Tell me how winds of 180 miles per hour can literally rip the roofs off of buildings and destroy everything in its path. But then we're spinning around at 1,000 miles per hour on the globe. That doesn't even make sense. Or have you seen when people get in fighter jets and they're going 600 miles per hour, and if they slightly turn at all, then it like stretches their face out. Sometimes they even pass out. So how are we spinning on a globe at 1,000 miles per hour, but we don't feel any of it? When even half that speed can make someone pass out if they do a sharp turn. That doesn't make any sense at all. And then, of course, we are traveling 17,000 miles per hour when we are working on the fake ISS in space. Makes total sense, guys, even though it literally looks like they're not even moving. They're just casually beating metal on the side of it and pretending to do work, even though they're not actually doing anything. That makes total sense. If you really think about the numbers, these incomprehensible numbers, it makes no sense at all. 66,000 miles per hour, the Earth is traveling around the sun. And then the entire solar system is traveling through the galaxy at 500,000 miles per hour. And then guess what? The galaxy is apparently traveling through the void of space at 1.3 million miles per hour. Really? How is all of this happening, but we can't feel or detect any of it? But I made this video entirely for entertainment purposes only.
Where's my flat earthers and where's the people thinking we live on a globe? Which one are you? Leave it in the comments. Let me know. Are you a flat earther or you believe we live on a globe?
Photos that will blow your mind. A single bald eagle feather next to an 8-year-old chihuahua. Harlequin syndrome after spinal cord injury. Someone's wife pulled a blue suture out of her nose 5 years after her septorhinoplasty. Army priest in a camouflage cassock. Vietnam, 1968. Package came with a ring and the shipping label. The size of this family of geese. Grand Duchess Anastasia Nikolaevna of Russia fooling around. Grand Duchess Olga Nikolaevna is sick in bed on the left. 1915. Someone found a silver dollar from 1923, a bag of soil. This cat is super muscular. An emaciated 8-year-old Russian girl looks into the camera lens during the liberation of Dachau concentration camp in 1945. The largest tree on Earth. Its volume is 1,487 cubic meters, 52,525 cubic feet, and it's about 2,000 years old. Crown Prince Wilhelm of Germany, 1882 to 1951, and his daughter Princess Alexandrine. Princess Alexandrine was born with Down syndrome. This very tightly packed cluster of grapes. Viktor Yushchenko, before and after poisoning by dioxin on the orders of Vladimir Putin, 2004. This sign is cracking, and now the font is kind of metal. Wood is one of the rarest materials in the universe known to exist only on Earth. Someone left a pile of free compost in front of the community garden for people to take home. In 2007, U.S. Marine Brian Dennis befriended a stray desert dog called Nubs in Iraq. After the dog was stabbed with a screwdriver, the Marine nursed him back to health. The two developed such a bond that when the unit left, Nubs picked up the scent and walked 70 miles through Iraqi desert war zone to be with him.
Yeah, them dogs, when they gotta they're loyal to through their owners, they will go through hell and back to come back to you. I've seen that happen many times. I've seen people drop dogs off and just leave them, and that dog will just sit there waiting for them to come back. As a matter of fact, I had that happen recently. Somebody went to go drop a dog off, trying to get rid of it instead of doing the right way, and then it was posted all over Facebook of the dog sitting right where that person left it, waiting for him to come back. 3 days later, sitting in the same spot, waiting on that owner to come back. Finally, the owner came back and got it, and they still have it to this day. But that's just crazy. Sit there for 3 fucking days waiting on their owner. That's how loyal dogs are.
To act like this shit is normal. Yesterday, New York City, 103 degrees outside. It literally felt like people were in a furnace. And then out of nowhere, it's like we had a lightning storm. Lightning striking, knocking down trees. But the crazy part is what happened in Coney Island. When you ever seen Coney Island look like this? You got video circulating where people were on Coney Island Beach and they got hit with something that looked like a tornado. Winds that was out of control. People falling. Their belongings getting blown all over the beach. People on that beach fearing that they was going to lose their life. And no weather advisor said anything about the weather being like that yesterday. Look at this shit. This is the beginning of it. Look at all that sand right there. Now they're saying that this was a sandstorm. What does this look like to you? This is the view from up top. Listen to how that one is going. But that's not it. Look at this. You got people saying that they almost lost their life on Coney Island Beach yesterday. Tell me this is normal. Look at this shit. Mind you, they're saying that yesterday was just the beginning. That we have to brace ourselves for much more weather like this. They're doing something. I'm out. We're not about
point to a single year that ruined everything. Money, health, free speech, even war itself. What year would it be?
1913, the year they put a price tag on your life, handed you the bill, and you didn't even notice.
Stella, you want to know when they took control of every dollar you'll ever earn? 1 year, 1913. The Federal Reserve, a private bank, not federal, no reserves, was handed the power to print money. Your money. Its value has been collapsing ever since. Before 1913, a dollar held its worth. Now, $100 back then is worth less than $5 today. They created inflation, then convinced you it's normal.
Hold on, the Federal Reserve ain't federal, so who owns it? I thought that was the government's bank.
It's a cartel of private banks. Cleveland, created on December 23, 1913. When Congress was empty for Christmas, Woodrow Wilson signed it into law. He later called it the biggest mistake of his life. But it was too late. The same year, they gave us the permanent income tax, the 16th Amendment, the IRS, pay up or go to jail. So now they controlled the money supply, and they had a legal gun to your head to collect it. That's not government. That's a collection agency for the banking class.
The purchasing power of the U.S. dollar has declined over 96% since the Federal Reserve was created. What cost $100 in 1913 now costs over $2,000. Meanwhile, income tax went from 0 to a top rate of 7% in 1913, and then soared to over 90% within a few decades. The two pillars of modern financial extraction were erected in the same year.
But why stop there? 1913, the Rockefeller Foundation is founded. A philanthropy. John D. Rockefeller, America's first billionaire. He takes his oil money and starts generously donating to medical schools. He reshapes the entire curriculum. And guess what else is founded that same year? The American Cancer Society, a charity funded by the richest men in America. So now they control what doctors learn and what patients are told. The pharmaceutical industry isn't a conspiracy. It's a startup that went public in 1913.
Are you serious? The American Cancer Society was created by the same people who funded the medical schools? That's a conflict of interest on an industrial scale.
Exactly. And who decides what you're allowed to talk about? The Anti-Defamation League. Also 1913, an organization that polices speech, decides what's hate, and silences dissent. Free speech didn't die in a day. It was killed in a single year while everyone was reading headlines. So let's recap. 1913, they took your money, taxed your income, controlled your medicine, and censored your speech. Now look at your paycheck. Really look at it. The deductions, the taxes, the number that hits your account. That's not an accident. That's a receipt from 1913. And then in 1914, they gave you World War I, the first war in history where private companies profited from the killing. The military-industrial complex was born, and the newly formed Federal Reserve printed the money to pay for it all. War is not the breakdown of the system. War is the system's biggest invoice.
So let me get this straight. They make a bank to print money, then they make a tax to collect it, then they make a war to spend it. And we're the ones paying for all of it?
You are the silent investor in every bond, every bailout, and every politician's vacation home. And you never signed a contract. They just passed a law while you were sleeping.
And the craziest part? A year before, in 1912, three of the wealthiest men in America, John Jacob Astor, Isidor Straus, Benjamin Guggenheim, were sailing to America to oppose the Federal Reserve. Their ship was the Titanic. It was owned by J.P. Morgan, who supported the Fed. He was supposed to be on board, but canceled at the last minute. The three men who opposed him went down with the ship. The Federal Reserve was created the next year without resistance. Coincidence or a business meeting that went exactly as planned? You decide.
That's impossibly convenient. The three opponents of the central bank die on a ship owned by the bank's biggest supporter, who mysteriously cancels his ticket. Even by conspiracy standards, that's heavy.
The Titanic wasn't a tragedy. It was a boardroom coup with a better soundtrack.
Everything you feel today, the inflation, the debt, the helplessness, the feeling that the game is rigged, traces back to 1 year, 1913. They took control of the money, the medicine, the education, and the narrative, and they've been running the same playbook ever since. The system isn't broken. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. Drain you, distract you, keep you working to pay interest on a debt you never agreed to. So stop asking why your paycheck disappears. You already know. The question is, what are you going to do with that knowledge? Because knowing the year they took over is the first step. The next step is taking yourself back.
I have a...
See, that's bullshit. That's too big of a coincidence that he canceled his trip and then the Titanic goes down with them three in it. Yeah, that's some straight bullshit. I don't believe shit no more. After the COVID, which I'll probably have to fucking delete that, but after that shit, I don't trust nothing no more. Not nothing the government says, not nothing the health organization says, none of that shit. Ever since the internet's gotten big, TikTok and shit, excuse me, been finding out a lot of things that we would never know if we just watched the regular news. Tell me what you guys have found out about that you never knew if it wasn't for TikTok and YouTube that the news don't talk about.
Kirk trial against Tyler Robinson is starting to heat up as Erica Kirk makes her way to the trial today. Now, Erica Kirk, Charlie Kirk's widow, was seen being ushered into the courtroom in Utah by a couple of bodyguards. At the trial, new horrific images of Charlie Kirk's death will be unveiled to the people familiar with or in the trial. The prosecution is really nailing the case down against Tyler Robinson, and I'm really hoping the Utah judge sentences him to death. Because in Utah, they have the firing squad, and I think it would be only right for Tyler Robinson to meet his end by firing squad, the same way he killed Charlie Kirk, hopefully with the same type or caliber of weapon as well. So I'm not exactly sure what images are going to be released. I'm not exactly sure what Erica Kirk is going to say, but it looks like the Charlie Kirk trial is starting to get not only underway, ramped up, but hopefully coming to a conclusion with this piece of shit's conviction and hopefully, cross your fingers, execution. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, well, that right there, I ain't going to say too much on that because it's a touchy subject. But let me know in the comments how you feel.
Can somebody explain to me what is going on at this place? Somebody better explain this. What is going on out here? Why is this guy cleaning his equipment with food under him? What the? Shut up! This is ridiculous, bro, for real, and I had enough. The last time that I ate at this place was like 2 years ago, and it wasn't good, bro, and I never went back. But to see that he's spraying something up there, she got the pan right there, there's food cooking, what in the world is going on at this location? Now, I'm not saying every location is doing this, but this is absolutely wild, and this needs to be stopped, actually. They're supposed to be cleaning when the store is closed or before they open when there's no food under them. I don't know what type of spray that is. People are saying that it's possibly olive oil, maybe beet juice, maybe grape juice, because I know it's not cleaning products. I'm just playing around, guys. Entertainment purposes only. Maybe this is AI. Maybe this is not even real. I'm not sure why he was doing that, why customers were ordering their food, but if I was there, I would have walked right out. I don't know what's going on at this place. Let me know if you know what's going on there. I'm out. Can somebody explain to me what is...
That's crazy. I got some stories about buddies I had that worked at restaurants, and that's one of my biggest fears is eating something from a restaurant and wondering who's back there making it, because I had some buddies that told me how they did some nasty shit to motherfuckers' food.
Holy smokes, you're not going to believe this, but
if you are seeing this video before September 27th, 2026, you're going to be the first millionaire in your family. There are no captions or hashtags on this video. So if you're seeing this on your For You page, this message was meant for you. Now, let me tell you exactly how you're going to become the first millionaire in your family. You're going to do that by looking into this right here. This is the 777 Wealth Network. This is going to teach you how to use infinite banking, AI, social media, and every single tool that's been presented to mankind to generate a substantial income from your home. Look into the 77 Wealth Network and watch your financial picture rise. Peace and love, and I'm out.
I don't know. It might be worth checking out. Let me know in the comments if you checked it out. I think I'm going to check it out when I got a little spare time. Because right now is the time to this is the time that little people can become wealthy, especially with this transition we're about to be doing to the digital currency. If you're in the right spots at the right time, this can be life-changing. I know I got lucky on that AMC shit on the stocks when GameStop and AMC was going crazy. I didn't know shit about stocks, but I got in there from watching YouTube videos. And sure enough, I turned, I think it was $20 into $17,000. And that was me not waking up in time to cash out sooner. So sometimes you got to believe that shit you see on there.
McDonald's hamburgers are not what you think. You think McDonald's hamburgers are just beef. Think again. What's really in them might make you never eat one again. Here's the truth. McDonald's says their burger patties are 100 beef, and they are. But that's only part of the story because that 100 beef comes from a factory farm supply chain filled with cows pumped with growth hormones and antibiotics to keep them alive in filthy feedlots, meat from multiple cows ground together, increasing contamination, risk fat, connective tissue, and scraps that are legally considered beef, but far from prime cuts. And that's just the patty, the bun packed with high fructose corn syrup, bleached white flour, and preservatives, so it stays fresh for weeks. The ketchup full of corn syrup and almost as much sugar per serving as candy. The pickles preserved with sodium benzoate, which forms a cancer-linked chemical when combined with vitamin C. Here's the A McDonald's burger left out for years can look almost exactly the same because it's so full of preservatives, it barely rots.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. That's another reason right there I don't like to eat fast food. For one, I don't like people touching my food. Like, you don't know if they're back there done dug their ass, scratched their ass, digging in their fucking nose. I've seen a lot of grown-ass men that are booger pickers and shit. Yeah. That's another reason. That's just too many reasons not to fuck with fast food.
Y'all won't believe what's going on in these schools when it comes to the food because things are looking a little brand new. I ain't never seen this before. Have you, bro? What is this?
I just want to show you what's being served at school today.
Arby's? Look at this. Bro. Is that glue?
This shit is not moving.
I'm seeing a lot of this.
This is our school lunch.
Until they fix this shit.
Oh, yo!
Bro, no. What is this?
Oh.
No way. You see, I'm seeing a lot of teachers saying, oh, the kids are different this year. They're not the same, man. You too would be different if you were being fed this. What is this, bro? How is this making it on the kids' table? And it's making it into their stomachs? They're eating this? I want to know who's signing off on this because the kids aren't the one buying the food and they're not the ones making the food. Don't the lunch ladies see what's going on? Don't they see something's wrong here, bro?
That's crazy.
Bro, us millennials did not have to experience anything like this before. I feel like we got the best of it, the last of it, man, because this is not normal, bro. I've never seen this in my life. That's not syrup. What is this? Just the fact that children all around the world is posting this should bring some concerns to this, y'all. Like, what? The lunch ladies must be sleeping.
Preschool
Gotta do something about this, man. This is nasty, bro. The shit is here, bro. Pepto-Bismol paint is not edible. But yeah, y'all, the shit is here, man. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Yeah, I'd say that's fucking nasty. That looks worse than the prison food. Straight up. Looks way worse than prison food. It looked like they was pouring pudding out of them milk containers is what the fuck it looked like. Yeah. Nasty shit. That's why I don't like anybody touching my shit. It's got to be me cooking it. Or somebody like my mom or something I trust. My old lady, something. My mom and my old lady would be the only people I trust to cook my food.
Somebody explain to me, what the hell are they selling at Subway's? What the? Shut up! They saying that's the big hot dog, the big hot dog. Subway's is now selling big hot dogs. Pause. First of all, I ain't eating no hot dog that's the same color as me. Shut up! This needs to stop. You can't pay me to eat this. Shut up! People are saying that this is very good. I don't care what toppings you put on this. I'm good. Look how he got his hands on this, bro. Look how he has his hands on this. There's no reason he should be holding a hot dog like this, bro. People done lost it. They are treating this like a New York City hot dog stand. I seen somebody put sauerkraut, onions, ketchup, and mustard on it, and they said it was amazing. Go try it out, guys. It's at your nearest Subway. Shut up! I never seen a hot dog this color, and hot dogs are usually not this big. Pause. Nah, B, I don't like the way his hands is on this hot dog, son. For real, this is what people are saying. Somebody said that this is the best hot dog they ever had, and I just don't believe that. Not just playing on, guys. Entertainment purposes only. Go try that new hot dog at Subway's.
Hell no,
I heard it was fire. They love it. They putting all types of stuff on it that's not supposed to be on it. And I seen some lady eat it. I don't know why she ate it, but she ate it. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you think. Did you have this or would you try this? Let me know. I'm out. Can somebody?
Hell no, I wouldn't try it. That goes back to the point of what I was saying earlier. I had my buddies that worked at restaurants. That was one of the restaurants they worked at. And they told me some sick ass shit they did to people's food who would come in there, and either they was an ex of their old ladies, or they was somebody who ran their mouth on the street, or it was just somebody they didn't like that got shitty with them. I'm telling you, people do some nasty shit to your food. And I mean, I ain't got no comment on that. That speaks for itself right there.
To the Middle East, like what's even going on tonight? Right beside the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. And this right here is the craziest freaking part, but we'll get to it because there's a lot more than just what's happening right here in the sky. This is what it sounds like over there. I thought we had peace, by the way. Of course, we're back to bombing Iran. Listen. We'll get to DC in 1 second. All that pew-pewing you heard is right out there by the embassy, where all these high-ranking politicians and their families being swatted. Of course, this is going on while the bombing of Iran continues. Again, I thought we had peace or something, or peace. And while all that order out of chaos is going on, we have this happening in Washington, D.C. And before people say, oh, it's just drones, there's that, by the way. People that live over here are saying they're hearing all sorts of like crazy bangs, like thunder, but no lightning, like bangs and pew pew.
Guys, I have been living here and I have not seen this once. This is the first time I've ever seen something like this.
And now with Iran being attacked again, people are saying the whole feud between the president and Bibi was completely faked. And of course, the human frequency is absolutely blazing. Put salt in your water. Why? Because if you did that, it made you feel a lot better. From DC.
That's crazy. If that was real footage and nobody knows what that shit was up there, then I wish they'd just hurry up and disclose what they know. Don't think it's going to be the truth, but I wish they'd hurry up and tell us what the fuck it is they know.
The sun is turning up, man. I need to show y'all what's going on around the world, man. Pay attention. Roll it. Yo. Look at this, yo. Look what the heat is doing. Bro. Look at what the heat is doing. Look at this in Europe, bro. Look at this in Paris. Bro, I thought Paris was about love. I thought y'all were about love. Where's the love? What happened to the love? You guys, I know you can agree with me when I say this is a different type of heat. This is a different, look, 3 or 4 of the guys passed out on the job site, bro. What is going on? And it's not 1, 2, 3 videos. It's everywhere I look on TikTok, man. Something is changing with the sun. The fact that this type of heat is making people do things like this? No, this sun is different. So as I'm paying attention to the comment, I'm seeing that people are saying that they are feeling a different level of exhaustion that they have never felt before in their life, bro. Is anybody else feeling this? I'm talking about people have to be carried off the roofs, y'all. Look at this. Another person had a heat stroke on top of the roof, and this other guy had to go up and grab him, y'all. Something is changing. This is a whole different environment.
What temperature is your office? My office is 35 degrees. 35 degrees, okay? No water.
Bro, the bus drivers are not playing this year. Look at this. What? Punk, come on.
Y'all know the heat bad when the cat like this. Hey, nigga. Hey.
No way. It's not that bad.
Why is it so hot?
This is crazy shit here.
I have never, maybe I forget every year. Why is it this hot? Does it always get this hot? It's not even August yet.
It's not even August yet. Something is different about this. Do y'all see it? Do y'all see it in the skies? Just this shot alone, this is crazy, bro. Look at that giant tree. My goodness, man. Do y'all see that? That is the original sun. Children of the sun, man. Y'all know what time it is, man. The shift is here, bro. Y'all see it. Y'all feel it. Let's continue to get it. Peace and
I'm seeing 1,000,001 excuses as to why y'all can't come out here and get the sun, bro. Y'all talking about it's the fake sun. People getting cooked. They blistering up. Fake sun. Why would they create something more powerful than what they already couldn't take? If they couldn't take the normal sun, why would they give us a sun that would charge us up even more and kill them off even faster?
Bro, that's...
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot, seeing a lot too about this fucking heat shit. Like it's pretty bad. People's shoes melting to the bottom of it, sticking to the concrete and shit. Hell, where I'm at here in Indiana, it gets hot as fuck. It was just like 103 the other day. But yeah, if you scrolling around on TikTok and shit, you'll see where there's street signs melting and cracking, street lights melting and shit. Yeah, it's a real deal.
If you think that this is a simulation that we're living in, then you need to see this. So it's a guy on here saying that he cracked the code. He found out that we're living in a 300,000 year long experiment run by advanced civilization. And he believes that each and every one of us here has metadata. And we all have specific things that we're here for. Mind you, after he found out this information, he quit his job. He's giving away his degree. And he's showing you how to figure out your own metadata. You don't believe me, right? Look at this shit.
I am giving away my degree for free. If your name is Daniel William Schmidt, I will personally mail you this. It's an economics degree, one of the best in the world. You can get any job you want.
Get to the
I
point.
got a job in finance. I quit my job because I realized that we are living in a 300,000 year long experiment run by an advanced civilization, and all of us have metadata. If you take your full name and your date of birth, you can find your metadata. I calculated mine and I started crying because it was just so unbelievably accurate. And I realized that every single person has this, and that means we must be in an experiment. Every person is a different trial, and the civilization running this experiment is using this data to perfect our own society.
He goes on to say that we all have an encoded purpose, and his purpose is to build his own America. And that's exactly what he said he's about to do. I'm going to leave y'all with this.
At the top, you have God. God created what I call Civilization 1, and then Civilization 1 created the experiment we're in, which is us. So I'm working on a new civilization because I realized that my purpose is to create America 2, because America 1 has served its purpose. So please help me get rid of this degree.
I'm out.
Because this is America 1.
If you think that this...
I don't know what to think about that one. I wish he would have showed how you get your metadata and find your purpose. If it's legit, I mean, I don't think it's just that simple to hand out a degree. I'm pretty sure that there's got to be a record of it somewhere. I mean, I don't know anymore. I doubt a lot of shit because you can't trust anything you see on the internet. I mean, but tell me what you guys think down below.
And over here we have Sherry.
Yes.
And Sherry, you're in 7th grade.
Yes.
I'll tell you, I don't remember when I was in 7th grade. Girls didn't look like you.
Thank you.
You're also a cheerleader.
Yes, I am.
Would you folks like to see a little sample of Sherry doing a cheer?
So let me get this straight. A 7th grader in America is around about 12 to 13 years old. So in the UK, that is year 8. This is a grown man on TV looking up a young girl, telling her, girls didn't look like you in my day, and demanding that she perform for him on the spot. I know some people from this era are going to be defending this guy. They'll jump in the comments and say, oh, it was normal back then, and it was just a joke, you're looking too deep into it, this is what I get all the time. But it wasn't normal. If you go back and look at the archives, look at all the old clips, I've found so many where not just this guy, but many other hosts are acting in the same way, which is way out of line, making the guests feel uncomfortable. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below.
And over here we have Sherry.
Yes.
And
yeah, I don't know. I think she's reaching a little on that one. I mean, times was different back then. Everybody wasn't so sensitive. Everybody wasn't trying to take one thing and twist it to be another thing. So I'm not saying what he said is right, but I'm just saying it does seem like she's trying to reach there. Like when she said he's demanding her perform for him. Come on now.
Clones. Yeah, clones. You're going to want to hear me out on this, because what I'm about to tell you is more than likely going to happen. Now, in the last 5, 10, 20 years, we've heard a lot about cloning because scientists have been cloning animals. People can have their dogs cloned after they pass away. So the natural progression of that thought process is that there will be human clones then in the future. Because if animals are getting cloned, why not people? Well, I don't think it's going to happen, except in the cases of the real super rich who might try to become immortal by having clones made. And the reason why I believe human clones aren't coming is the AI humanoid robots. Yeah, and they're already being made, or at least experimented to make, all over the world. AI humanoid robots could do anything a clone would do, except they would cost less, you wouldn't have to feed them, and they could be programmed to be obedient to its owner. And like I said, these robots, AI humanoid robots, are already in the stages of being made. Elon Musk talks about this all the time. And he's not the only one. Other countries outside of the US are making these things now, at least the beginning stages. So I don't think human cloning is going to happen on any kind of widespread level. But AI humanoid robots, yeah, these things are on their way. Let me know what you think. In the comment section, Booshkis. Shabadoo. Clones. Yeah.
Shabadoo. Yeah, I don't know. I think eventually they'll have human clones, but like he said, I don't think it's anytime soon. They'll definitely will. I guarantee there's already more robots running around than we realize, because I've seen a couple clips and them things look real as fuck. Like you would get, I don't know, you'd be confused. You would think I'm talking to a real person. This is a real, they look real, but they're not. Like China, they got a lot of shit. Like they're way, way more advanced than us. It seems like from what I've seen, and other people think the same thing. But I'm not saying they're better than us. I'm just saying their cars way more advanced, all that shit. Just a fair warning. This video made me get squeamish. So just a warning.
Oh, shit. These videos went viral for a very disturbing reason. They capture moments when unknown individuals try to break into other people's homes. In one of the clips, a criminal tried to pick the lock of a hotel room using a bent wire and a magnet. He didn't know that there was someone in the room at the time. Hearing the commotion, the guest immediately opened the door and shouted, scaring off the intruder, who still managed to escape. But things get even scarier when something supernatural gets mixed into these situations. For example, one young woman claims that someone broke into her house and is trying to get into her room. The creature behind the door was calling her using her mother's voice. But just a minute earlier, the girl had been talking to her mom on the phone and knew for sure that she couldn't be home. So who was it then? What do you think about this? Have you ever heard any similar scare stories?
Damn. I'm glad they didn't show that part where he hit that arm. Can you imagine what the fuck happened right there? Oh, man. I don't think I could do that to somebody. Yeah, even if they was trying to break in my house, I don't think I could fucking do that to somebody. Like, that's crazy. I mean, I guarantee that shit snapped right in half. Ain't no way it didn't. But, all right, guys, I think I'm going to end my stream. I'm going to go ahead and end this right now. I see I'm starting to lag behind, and I don't want my videos being too shitty, seeing how I'm new. So if you guys would, please help my channel grow. Excuse me. Help my channel grow. Like, subscribe, throw some comments in there, share it with a few people, try to help me get out there. I plan to do this every day. I'm going to get out videos every day. I'm not going to do like most of the reactors do and have the same thing that you watch 3 different reaction channels and you see the same shit on all 3 of them. Like, you ain't going to see that on this channel. It might be a couple days old, but I guarantee it's going to be some shit you ain't seen on the other YouTubers' channels. That being said, thanks for watching. Appreciate any likes, comments, anything like that. Subscribe would really help. But see y'all later.